Sorry about that. Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What is shaking on your Thursday night tonight? Let me tell you about microwave ovens. I don't know why. Hey, our guest tonight, scheduled, Russell Alexander, good news and bad news. He's over in England right now. He was going to do the show live from over in England. And so what he did was contact me today and says, hey, guess what? We got booked to another show. Can't do it. And I said, I'm glad you got booked to another show. And then what he done was they got a new album out. Pow! Yeah, he sent me the album. And I've been listening to Russell Alexander and the Hitman Blues Band all day long. I think it's hitmanbluesband.com. You ought to go there, check it out. I think there's some free downloads there if you sign up for their newsletter, which comes out like once every 2 months. It's not crazy. They don't do things to you, right? My good friend Jared says, I haven't had a microwave in 18 years, Jared. You're foreshadowing parts of the rest of the show. 18 years. We got it, Jared. I mean, I'm not a dummy. I got this. I think it's a job because I'm an idiot. I got this job because I'm not an idiot. All right. Jenny, 13213 says, hi to the best chat in the world. Jenny, it's nice of you to point that out. We do have the most cheerful chat room on the internet, as verified by independent sources. Hey, listen. 3 things. Number 1, like, share, subscribe, notification bell, retweet, all the free things that you can do to serve the almighty algorithm, the all-powerful, all-seeing algorithm. And then also we have super chats and membership. You can avail yourselves of those if you like. We have a monetary goal each night. That is any amount of money. So, and then please look in the crawl on the bottom and turn on your gifted memberships. If somebody gifts one, you could get one. There you go. Jason, I clarified for the chat. That's my job. Look, if you want this gig, you can have it. All right? You think this is fun? I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Sometimes it gets... Oh, it's fun to laugh. I enjoy fun. I actually heard someone say that the other day. I enjoy fun. I'm like, what the... The motto of the Tom Gully Show is interesting people saying interesting things. And that's the podcast. Obviously, it's not true of this show. But the real story, the journey, the long-standing broad narrative of this show is one man's fight against stupidity. That's what it is. Hopelessly caught in a situation far beyond my control. I say that because I've enjoyed having the guests that we've had this week, but as you notice, I can't really interact with you guys as much when there's a guest. So I'm thinking maybe one guest a week, maybe 2. It's like definitely 1, and if we get another good one, then 2, kind of as they come up. I deliberately loaded this week. Well, I thought I had, because the Monday guest and then the third. But still, there may be a guest tomorrow, but I won't know until this evening, and I'm doubtful now. So I just want to know, you guys know what's going on. Jared is laughing. He's a very nice man. I actually doxed him by calling him Jared. But Jay, let's all call him Jay from now on. Jay, and I had known Jay or known of Jay. I mean, he's, known him internet-wise for quite a few months. And he was in a video production on a streaming channel. He was the star of the show, for my money, as far as the actors. And I didn't know it was him. I'm like, whoever did that was amazing. It turns out to be him. And he's not an actor. I mean, if you met him in real life, he's pretty much of a schlub. I mean, he's just a guy. He drives around and yells at I mean, he's really, of all the people that you've met, you'd look at him and say, that kid, Corky from Life Goes On or whatever it was, is a better But no, he was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. Hard, too, because, I mean, as a person, you're just like, is there anything behind the faceplate? I mean, you look at him and you're just like, you know, do you even unzip all the time when you take a... I mean, he's that kind of guy. But yet he did this amazing thing. You know? I mean, you look at him and you're like, he probably still wears a bib, that kind of guy. But he did this thing. I'm kidding. Jared's awesome. Sometimes I have to amuse myself here on this show, folks. I'm going to try to get through tonight's topic, which is going to be hard, really quick, because I want to open the phone lines. And I have messaged the wolf. I have been busy all day. I haven't seen, but I am negotiating as desperately as I can to get the wolf to do a members only with me Saturday or Sunday. And if we do it, it will have no time limit. We will just talk. And he and I have talked on the phone for 13 hours before. I'm telling you. I don't want to hang up either. No, you go first. No, you go first. My good friend Dupa is laughing, and that's good news. Oh, it's the Reverend Wild Bill Goldmet. Final challenge. Okay. Thank you so much for the $2, Reverend Wild Bill. Goal has been met. But we can, there's no rule about not getting higher. Yeah. Jay says, my full name is not Jared. He says, true. He's actually a super smart guy and knowledgeable and funny. And he's kind of a sweet guy, too. He's nice. He's a little bit, he can be vicious, but he is nice. People recently accused him of being some sort of, but no. The person that accused him, we're all looking at him and go, no, not Jared. Not sweet, naive, all good and well-meaning, Jared. All right, Stonecraft said microwaves were 99 equals 139. That's true. I ain't never thought of it that way before. I mean, if you do the ciphering, today's goal equals, that's not happening. I really don't care about the money. I care about the viewership. I want bigger numbers that way, but the money, it'll come if it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Kind of like my girlfriend. Anyway, so yeah. We have flatlined. We have been at like 775. I think we're at 784 now. Subscribers for like months and months. And if I can get over 1,000, I already have enough view hours to do like 2 other kinds of advertising on this, which wouldn't even affect you guys because they're kinds of advertising that aren't in the live show. Maybe at the very beginning. I don't know. $1,200, everybody. Reverend Wild Bill, 787. Wow. We're blowing the doors off this thing. And then I'm also thinking about moving the time of the show again because we are in the middle of an absolute melee here at this hour. And I don't know whether that there's even a time to do it in the evening. We'll discuss it on a later show. I'll discuss it with you guys, the bosses of this show. And we'll figure it out. And we'll figure it out. Randy, the chef is in the house. Everybody, don't we all love it when the chef is in the house? Really, don't we? Yeah, and he and his crew are in the kitchen. Hey, boys. Hey, gals. Hey, Randy. Cook them up. And I'm going to whip a little restaurant lingo on you. Don't get in the weeds. There. And I watch Hell's Kitchen. What the hell's wrong with you? I know what's going on in the world. I get around. I'm not dumb. I'm smart. Not like people say. All right. Why don't we get this thing going? Because I want to rip through this pretty damn quick. Hey, guess what? Our show's on microwave ovens today. I got one behind me here, you know. I'll just announce it. Jared said he hasn't had one for 18 years. I've never had one. I refuse to use a microwave oven. It only takes a little bit longer to boil water. And food that you reheat in an oven is so much better. So I don't use, Master of Violence. Dear Lord, Master of Violence says, I used to work at Fry's. Dude, I've seen some stuff. And then he laughs. You mean Fry's, the electronics store that when you check out, it's like being in a bank? There's all these like teller windows. I used to go there. I bet you have seen some shiza. Randy says, I have 2 parties at the same time today. Look out. Look out. Even more plate spinning. Okay, so we're doing the show on microwaves. You can see that microwave, that microwave right over there. Well, it's behind me. I'm just going to leave this image up. Yeah, we're doing a show on microwaves. Yeah, who else would? Yes, I do. I open a dictionary every day and just go, microwaves. Let's see. There we go. I'm opening up my thing. Hey, ladies. I'm opening up my thing again. You know, a microwave oven. And let's not be so formal here. We all know microwaves very well, and that's why we, instead of calling them a microwave oven, are allowed to call them a microwave. It's an electric oven. And you hear people say things all the time about how it actually works. Well, what it does, it exposes your food to electromagnetic radiation in the microwave frequency range. Now, this causes the polar molecules in the food to vibrate very quickly, and that creates heat, producing thermal energy, and that process is known as dielectric heating. Microwave ovens heat foods very quickly and very efficiently because this exciting of those molecules happens in an extremely uniform way. Okay? And given that most food items are contiguous, right? They're there's French fries and things like that, but most things, coffee, water, whatever, they're in a solid form. So the development of the thing that you see in front of you, is called the cavity magnetron. And it was actually invented in the UK. Okay? And that thing you're looking at, it's what made it possible to produce these electromagnetic waves at a small enough wavelength to heat up water molecules. That's what they were practicing on. And then probably because that particular application could be used for individuals and for industry and a number of other things. The heating of water has always been very important to industry and powering everything that we do. So this guy named Percy Spencer, who is an American engineer, is, for the most part, credited with developing and patenting the world's first commercial microwave oven. When do you think it happened? When do you think it happened? It happened in 1947. Now, there's some olders in the room like me. I didn't see the microwave oven until like the late 70s or early 80s. So it's quite a bit of time, like most things, probably to make it economically feasible to produce. So it was called the radar range, which some of you have probably heard of, and it was developed from British radar. All right. Let's just look. Hey, look at all those microwaves. Are you done? All right. Look at this sucker right here. That is a radar range right there. And look at it, man. Look how gigantic it is. And look at that small little window in the front and stuff. But that is a radar range, one of the earliest prototypes of the microwave oven. So Raytheon, right, which is a big kind of a defense contractor, an industrial parts producer, Raytheon later licensed patents for home use microwave that was introduced by Tappan, which was I don't know if Tappan's still around, but they were a big appliance manufacturer back in the day. And that was done in 1955, but it was still, as you can see in front of you, far too large and too expensive for general home use. Sharp Corporation introduced the first microwave oven with a turntable, the spinning thing that stops spinning, or sometimes your popcorn bag gets caught and it just spins underneath. Anyway, that happened between 64 and 66. The countertop microwave was introduced by Amana in 67. And after microwaves became affordable for us regular folks to use in the late 70s, it exploded. I mean exploded, and that also caused the price, because they were very pricey. You knew if somebody had a microwave oven, when they first came out, they would say, oh, well, someone's doing well, because they were very expensive. Oh, God. And that's what has caused microwave ovens to become a common, if not the most common, way that people heat up crap. All right. Let's see here. Master of Violence says, that's the one, brother. Oh, man. Go listen to the Christmas holiday shopping special at thetomgullyshow.com. And we go into a fries. And it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Gene1313. Gene, I always feel like I should call you Gene1313, but my dad would not have one when I was a kid because it was going to give us cancer. Well, if only. I'm a little more, I don't know, call me crazy. It's that radiation that I don't want any part of. And I'm just a natural guy. You know, Tom Gully is a natural-born man, and I don't like that. You know, I don't. It's like, just boil it, just heat it up on the stove, man. So I mean, if it made it taste better, I would, but it doesn't. Stone Crab, I was conceived in a magnetron. Well, your mom was a lucky lady, wasn't she? Let's see here. UK horror scene. I believe I know that gentleman's name. I'm not going to dox it tonight. I did the other night like an idiot. Good evening, Tom. Good evening, everyone. I highly advise you to go to the UK horror scenes YouTube page. You will be a happy person. He's a guy that gets out and does things. And I owe him an autographed picture of myself. And by the way, UK horror scene. What's it been, 4 years now that I said I'd get you that picture? Look at this. You don't want this? Plus, in order to do that, I have to take my picture. Then I have to print out my picture. And then scan the picture. And then send it to... I don't do this selfie. We'll work something out at some point. Why don't you come to the Texas Frightmare weekend here in Dallas... And we'll just meet in person. You can take 100 pictures with me for a very reasonable price. No, free, totally free, on the house. Ugliness at no charge. Reno Hightower. Heats from the inside, which is why if you choose to drape her in the microwave, you should poke holes in it first. Yes. Yeah. Matthew Barnett was correct, Tom. Well, I didn't know if I could use your name. I mean, I knew the name. I got the name right. I just didn't know if I could. Anyway. Actually, that name is so generic, if you searched it, there'd be 4,000 of them in your town. Not that you have a generic. I'm sorry. Ariana May says, by the way, Ariana May, quite an up-and-comer here in the Gullerino family. I know someone who believes the government uses microwaves to spy on everyone. You know what I say, Ariana May? Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean they aren't out to get me. Jared says, do they still have glamour shots in the mall? No, but they do at my house. I don't know. I bet you they do. I don't think there's any, there's no fence. There's no wall on like Trailer Park Sexy. Who would go there? It's the unsexiest thing in the world. They put you in like lingerie that looks like Miss Kitty from Gunsmoke. And then they filter the crap out of your face. And they over makeup. Yeah, you know. So, be that as it may, somebody look that up. Docs. I told the world. I was bullied as a child. I was bullied as... Dupa, UK Horror Scene. Is that the name of your YouTube channel at UK Horror Scene? Can you please give us a link? Yeah, I think you just click on his name if you're in YouTube. Might work. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that's it. He'll tell you. He's not bashful, He's not a bashful lad. Oh, wait. He's from Liverpool, I think. So, go ahead. Go on over to his YouTube page, John. All right. Anyway, we all know this. Microwaves are now a standard everywhere. Except professional cooking, because the boiling range temperatures of a microwave. See, a lot of people think that microwaves are bad and chefs don't like them because they're so brainless. But just for heating things, a chef will use anything. However, professional kitchens still, even if you weren't going to put a TV dinner in it or something that a chef would go crazy about, they can't use it for a technical reason, the application of their craft, because the boiling range temperatures of a microwave do not produce the flavorful chemical reactions that frying, browning, or baking at higher temperature produces. So that's another reason I don't use one. Here's when I was totally out on the microwave. The year was 1984. I was not only playing for the Ball State Cardinals, but I was a resident hall staff. However, I had made this girlfriend, and she lived in an apartment with her sister off campus. So on the weekends, if I wasn't on duty at the hall or we didn't have a game after the season was over, always at her house. It was a lot nicer in a dorm room and all that stuff. Plus, if you have a girlfriend and you go to their house on the weekends, sexy time. So we would always order pizza a lot. It was college kids, and who doesn't like pizza? And I was playing college sports. I was eating just tremendous volumes of food. And we had leftover pizza. And I said, why don't I heat this up and I can just throw it in the microwave? And she said, are you crazy? And she got a piece of aluminum foil, popped it in the oven for whatever, and we ate it. And I'm like, this is 9 million times better than microwave leftover pizza. And at that moment, one young Tom Gully came to a crucible in his life. Oven reheated leftover pizza. Yeah. I had a catharsis right there. I really did. Oh, let's see. You guys need another picture probably, and I need to give you some more quotes. Whoa, look at that one. Well, would you look at that one? Is that a radar? Well, you guys can tell, but that's an old one. Look at that. Look at that old one. It's got the colors on it and everything. They would never put colors on a microwave today. That's so back then. All right, let's see here. Master Violence, I'm back. You can use a microwave to protect your devices in case of an EMP attack. Yes, there's I don't know if it's technically a Faraday cage, but it functions the same way. I guess it's technically a Faraday. Oh, stone crab. Stone crab, you and I are on the same page. Yes, a Faraday cage. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, the link is in the chat. I've often thought of how I could put a Faraday cage around the engine of my car. I don't know how that would affect the lights necessarily, but I would like to be able to start my car in the event, because we all know the EMP attack, at least as it exists right now, unless they've developed the neutron stuff, is the result of a nuclear explosion. So when that happens, no cars will start, no radios will work, nothing. Lights and all that stuff, unless they're in a Faraday cage. And let me get the guys on the phone from Jaguar and see if, never mind. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, the link is in the chat. Is it? I don't see it. I don't see it here. Anyway, I hope the link is in the chat. You guys can figure that out on your own. Or search UK horror scene on YouTube search bar. That's the way to do it. Ariana May says, never try to repair a microwave yourself. Even if it's unplugged, you can electrocute yourself. You sure could. They're dangerous. I was talking to my grandpa when they first come out, and he said that's the devil's work. It was dangerous. It was. Okay, here we go. We're going to continue. Whoops, daisy. I'm going to give you a new picture to look at. Look at that. That's the inside of a microwave. I really put this one up so you guys could see the Asian instructions on the panel. And since that's over, I'm going to show you. This is an industrial microwave. It's not used for food. I'll tell you what it's used for in just a second. Then you'll know the rest of the story. All right. Oh, God. I don't want to go through all of the early developments of the microwave, but people started exploiting high-frequency radio waves for the purposes of heating substances using vacuum tube radio transmitters in like 1920. First patent in 1937. We already talked about the cavity magnetron. Percy Spencer, the guy that did the deal. The original microwaves, like that first 1947 radar range that was built like by Raytheon, those did have a sales success, but it just wasn't with consumers. Consumers could not pay the amount of money. Usually, rich people could, but to get one of these in their house, it wasn't feasible from a commercial application to consumers. However, to commercial endeavors like restaurants and other things, it was very, very, very useful because those entities have both the money and the space. They were very, very large. So the early commercial models sold for around $2,000 to $3,000 when they came out, which is like $23,000 to $34,000 today. So as you can see, that's a pricey ass item, but they got lots and lots and lots and lots of use out of it. So it made perfect sense. Let's see here. Residential use. I already talked about how the product came out, but let me give you a really specific example. And this is probably 4 or 5 years before these things exploded on to the consumer market here in the United States. 1972, Litton introduced 2 microwave ovens priced at $349 to $399. Now, back in 72, that was a chunk of change, but it wasn't crazy expensive, okay? It was okay, and it was starting to get competitive with actual ovens. So they started adding new features, automatic defrost, because before that, they would just cook at one temperature. And the digital control panel first came out on these, because before that, as you can see in that old picture I had, they had knobs. There weren't push button timers and things like that. That happened in 1975. And this is when there was an absolute explosion of these things. So by 1986, 25% of households in the U.S. had a microwave oven. That's up from 1% in 1971. Just 10 years later, 11 actually, over 90% of American households owned a microwave. Yeah. And by the way, 83% of those were used on a daily basis. The adoption of these in other parts of the world, it runs pretty much as you'd expect. The more impoverished a place is, the less they have microwaves, because they can't afford them and their infrastructure may not be able to support the electricity. So sizes of these things vary from about 12, less than a cubic foot, to, internal dimensions of 1 or 2 feet wide, about a foot deep, maybe a few inches longer, and about a foot tall. Microwaves can be turntable or flatbed. Turntables have a turn, and flatbeds nothing. So a traditional microwave has only 2 power output levels: fully on, fully off. Intermediate heat settings are achieved using duty cycle modulation, and switch between full power and off every few seconds, with more time on for higher settings. So when you push all those buttons on the side, one says popcorn, one says, water, all those, you're not setting that for different heat levels in terms of 100%, 90% of it. No, it's either all on or all off. The thing that makes the difference in the, let's say, strength of that particular setting is how long it's on and how long it's off. It is literally turning the microwave on and off at a high rate of speed that you can't detect. Duty cycle modulation is the fraction of a period that an electric circuit is active. So that's how they do it. I'd like to say one last thing. This industrial thing that you're looking at right here is actually used for heating plastic to be extruded into other things. Yes, it's just because extruding plastic that needs to be warm and heated so it's malleable. That's what that is. So microwave ovens do have many other applications industrial. Something needs to be heated. Well, it'll do a good job. I'd like to show you this here. This is the effects of a microwave on some microwave popcorn. Now, me and my sister Laura, we like our microwave popcorn because, it's not like I go to somebody's house and we're watching a movie and they bring out some microwave popcorn. I go, not me. Yeah, I'll eat it. It's done, whatever. We like ours are a little bit burnt. Not a lot, just a little bit burnt. And I will be the first to say that I many times overdone it, and that's what happens. And I don't know if you've ever overdone it before, but you know that ball of super black, ingot fire, burnt popcorn that won't stop smoking or burning for anything unless you get it underwater? Oh, there you go. So you can have a mishap. Lastly, I'd like to show you the effects of a microwave on a CD. On a CD. So, it heated up those molecules, and that's what you got left. That's what you got left. Is it used for people? Ariana May, I guarantee you at some point you can get quote unquote cremated in a microwave, but not yet, I don't think. Dupa says, I found UK horror scene by searching it in Google. Well, you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. Julian Caesar says, hi all, UK horror scene. Very shrewdly says, did you subscribe? Yeah. Did you subscribe? Oh, yes, I subscribe. The Tom Gully Show, ladies and gentlemen, building bridges between people. Hey, all right. Let's see. Hello, Julian. People saying hi. Once again, the most cheerful chat room on the internet is verified by independent sources. We do. What do we got here? Hit the like button. I was just about to say that, Dupa. Like, share, subscribe, notify, retweet, notification bell, Pony Express, whatever. Do all the free stuff that serves the almighty algorithm. The algorithm. We all must serve the almighty algorithm. And then we do have super chats, and we do have memberships. You can avail yourselves of those. We have a goal every night. It is any amount of money. Reverend Wild Bill has shattered that goal, but don't you feel like you can't contribute too, because it would be wrong to not let you do that. It would be wrong. Reno Hightower says the artist Beck had custom microwave, but it has 2 turntables and a microphone. Damn. I'll let you know when the phone lines are open. It'll be any second. Papa Mau Mau. That's what I say yeah. Things dying down after the election. People coming to terms with it. That's good. That's good. We like that. Oh, here we go. Oh, hey. Was it the other day in here? No, it wasn't. Never mind. I had a person, some of these vendors, when you have a job at a company, if they can't, and I'm sure this is true of people trying to get to me, but if they can't get to the person they want to get to, they'll find someone else at the company and try to use them to get to the person. And I don't rat people out. And I've had this guy calling me, emailing me. He finally called me today for the last time. So I just went, look, I've told you 100 times. A, I can't give out that information. B, I told that person who you were and that you were with a data management company. We manage our own data here. So she said, no, I don't want to talk to that guy. I told you that, and now you're calling me again. So I lit him up pretty good. Why would I talk to you anymore? Even if I was talking to you the whole time, I'd think any company that hires this idiot, this annoying, malignant, painful rectal itch, I want to work with them. And I know I don't want to work with you. So you've really done yourself a disservice here today. And phone lines are open at 972-994-6822. Hey, yeah, you think you want to get froggy with me? Call in, see what happens. Mess up and find out. Oh, there's the thing I'm looking for. Mess up and find out. Also might mention, I think I mentioned it last night, Bob Levy's show, yesterday morning. Oh my God. That Rich Carisi guy is a scream. I was laughing my little rear end off. My little 6'5" Tom Gully tushy. I laughed it off. It was, I did. I laughed it off. I mean, and nobody wants something like that to be laughed off. Look at that. Now, easier said than done, 972-994-6822. Every time I do, it's the same thing every time. Why didn't you open the phone lines? Well, usually when I open the phone lines, nobody calls in. So, and by the way, those who do call in are the same four people that I'm sure are sick of calling in. And I'm sure, I might be a little, no, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding on this show. Do you know how much kidding I do on this show? I mean, this is pretty much a kid fest here. We're just, yeah. Just a kidding. Just a kidding. It's time for me to address something a little bit controversial. I know probably people have been talking about it on the various Reddit pages. I don't even really feel like I have to address this because I feel like people that watch this show, people that care about this show, and I don't belong to either of those groups, they're going to get it. Okay? So we did the show on microwaves today. There is an urban myth about microwaves, or at least there's a commonly held belief or a practice that some have heard of and never seen. And that practice is, of course, because in the early days, people would often talk about putting a kitten in a microwave and just watching it and see what happens to it until it eventually, because it's being cooked from the inside, explodes on the inside of the microwave. So I don't feel like I have to really, bare my soul here. But I'm just going to, two things. I'm going to have two comments, and I will never, ever answer questions about this again. Number one, I don't like cats. And number two, it's not an urban myth. Do we all understand each other? I mean, because sometimes you can say something to someone and you don't have to actually get to the explicit thing. It's kind of like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean? And that's what this is. 972-994-6822. The number to call with a phrase that pays. Jared says, yikes. Well, Jared, no. If you grew up in Indiana, you didn't have permanent, long-term entertainment options, so you started to kind of make up your own a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not a big deal. It really isn't a big deal. It's fine. Anyway, that's what's going on there. That's what's going on there. Was there anything else here on Thursday night? I know Rico was on earlier. I know. Believe me, I know. I know. I'm wondering where all the people from the various verses are going to go if the Dabble verse dies a death. I don't see how it's gonna, because he said he was leaving and he's left. But will everyone flock over to the Frankie McDonald verse? Will they come here? Let's see. The link for tomorrow. I can't see that link in my StreamYard. And I don't know that we want to be putting the link to another show in my YouTube comment. The link for tomorrow's podcast is live. Oh, you didn't put anything in there. You're just telling me that I can go and look. All right, let's see what we got here. Link for the podcast is live. All right. Let's see. So we'll go to YouTube and then we'll go to BYOB podcast. Could you not be so coy next time, Jared? You should see the link for WYOB. Very interesting. Just tell me what the frick's going on. Oh, Killing with the Ables is on in now. Hey, first of all, you think that's going to start on time? Okay. And also the first 15 minutes will just be, you'll be okay. There we go. Oh, gosh. Oh, golly. Shouldn't have updated 2 days ago, 5 days ago, 3 months ago. Couldn't just tell me. Had to just, let me tell you about Tom Gully. They're going to do a show on me. I don't care. It'll be their typical collection of things they heard and made up. Blah, blah, blah. A bunch of people who've never made any money at a real place. I mean, I had a career that paid all my bills and did all that stuff, whether they like it or not. So they can do whatever they want. I think at this stage of the game, nobody serious is really paying attention to what's going on over there anyway. Entertaining, perhaps, but legitimate, I don't think so. And I think we all saw what my good friend Jesse P.S. thought of that program. If you haven't seen Pod Awful's take on that show, the 7-hour take where he's just lighting them up, and at one point he just puts his hood over his head and just lays down. Well, I think I can play a little of that. Matter of fact, I've got some. I'm glad we did this. I am glad we did this. So I won't watch that program. A lot of people think, oh, yeah, that's what you say, but you will. No, I really won't. Sorry, I got to find a piece of paper here that's got some stuff on it that hopefully I can. Where in the hay did that go? But I'm going to play the audio only for that for you. Oh, here it is. I'm going to play the audio only. You're gonna love this. Absolutely, you're going to love this. I'm going to take the phone lines down. Thank you very much. But I don't give a flying crap. Those guys are great at, somebody says, I think he lives with his mom. Oh, he lives with his mom. Yeah, he lives with his mom. I haven't lived in the same city as, and then you would say, like I would. I just made that up, by the way. I don't know that that's out there. I haven't lived in the same city as my mother since 1981. That kind of thing. And yeah, that's what you say, but and let's not. I don't want to put too fine a point on this because some people might accuse me of being cruel. The show is ran by a guy who's in a wheelchair for getting drunk, jumping off a tree into a swimming pool, and paralyzing himself. So, you take your credibility where you can find it, and I'll do the same. All right, so let's just get this. Where's my good friend? I'll just go find it. I'm glad we did this. Hey, Jared, you, sir, are a content creator, my man. All right. By the way, Pod Awful is watching you. I know you don't think they are, but the Pod Awful is watching you. I swear to God. I swear to God. They're watching you. Oh, here it is. Here we are.
I mean,
is that your sweatshirt or your hair?
Okay, here we go. Let's start with our first clip. And again, I'm not going to watch their show. I previously didn't really have a lot to, I actually, Quadfather, how can you think anything about that guy except, kind of a lying to be pitied kind of, okay, you got the life that you got. Of course, you're going to be sort of a miserable troll and not all that. You know what I mean? So you just kind of put that aside. But everybody else on there, I got no beef. I got no dislike, whatever. I wish them well. Go do what you're doing. Hey, and by the way, good luck with your show. Do you think I haven't had, this guy that I'm about to play for you, he put out 19 shows on me before we buried the hatchet. Okay, this is Jesse P.S. from Pod Awful, and he's on BYB. All right?
Okay. Obedience list. All right, that's cool. Well, what's happening? What's happening on this show? What is this show about? Am I in the Dabbleverse right now?
Yes.
Dabbleverse adjacent. I wouldn't say you're smack dab in the middle of it by any means. But yeah.
Now, you guys know who invented Dabbleverse adjacent, don't you? Maybe somebody's watching my show already.
Yes.
Oh, Tom Gully's the Dabbleverse, huh? Do you guys know Tom Gully? You friends with him?
Unfortunately, I'm familiar with Tom Gully.
What do you mean, unfortunately? Yeah. Tom Gully's the only saving grace of this entire corner of the internet. He's probably...
Are you kidding me?
He's probably live right now doing some show called Let Me Tell You About...
Oh, come on.
Used tampons or something like that. He's always got some crazy little thing he's doing. Tom Gully's one of the best people in the Dabbleverse.
I highly disagree, but now I do see him over there hanging out with Bob Levy doing the Levyverse show. That's a little bit.
Is Bob Levy the old guy with the silver hair and he looks like, is that guy?
Yeah, the mummy.
Yeah, I just saw Tom Gully on his show, and Bob Levy said, "Yeah, I gotta look up this Pod Awful.
Yummy. The goat blew me."
Yeah, that guy. He's like, I gotta look up this pod. I keep hearing about this Pod Awful. And I'm like, what? You do?
It sounds awful, right? Yeah. Well known for eating blue cheese out of people's ass cracks. I hope he doesn't do that with Tom Gully. That would be weird. But yeah, Tom Gully.
And you never know whether it's illiteracy or just a garden variety attempt at an insult when somebody can't pronounce a pretty common word in the English language. Gully
is the least interesting man that has the most interesting content. Is that kind of? No. I mean, he was.
I'd settle for that compared to,
one of your goons at some point.
He's a fascinating character, truly, and he's better than all these guys that you guys obsess over, and you're always looking at and thinking about. He's way better. He's way better than Mersh. Way better.
Really, Mersh? Wow.
100%.
100%, absolutely. All right, so that's my catchphrase. Don't ever say 100%.
Yeah, he does watch the show.
I'm only allowed to say that, but I do want to bring on our on scene.
Okay, one more clip. Won't last long. Here we go. I'm glad I had this hanging out here. This has turned into such a great day. I'm going to get a haircut. All right.
You excited that Tom Gully's hanging out with Bob Levy? That doesn't totally strike your interest? I don't believe that.
I love anything Tom Gully does, but that's about it. I love Tom. I love Tom Gully. I love Tom Gully, and I approve of anything he does, and they do call it Tom Gully's Dabbleverse, so this is hard for me to say, but I only support that one man, and everybody else can go kick rocks.
Tom Gully or nothing, you heard it here. That's quite the statement. That guy's amazing. I'm blown away by everything he does. Did you know that he hung out with David Letterman? He won some stupid thing.
He won the David Letterman scholarship to go to Ball State University. Yeah, I do know that. I love David. David Letterman's an actual huge inspiration, an actual person I rip off all the time. So, but then again, everybody does with David Letterman. That's not really saying anything. But yeah, so that's part of why I like Tom Gully is he's David Letterman's favorite young boy. Can I play you a song really quick?
I am negotiating heavily with Mr. PS to get him on this show. And if he comes on this show, you will be treated to him excoriating me and ridiculing me in some fashion that I was unable to detect. But I'm not really worried what people that, and I've said it a couple of times, professionally couldn't even be in the building, much less just the room. And I'm a serious person. I know this streaming internet thing has been a savior to some people. Take it or leave it. Do it. I love it. I love doing broadcasting of any kind, but it's okay. Do 100 shows. I don't care. I really don't care. Also, people that do that kind of thing, I just don't pay any attention to it, really. I mean, I can guarantee you I won't watch that for a variety of reasons. I watched some of the things Jesse did because they were actually funny and entertaining, but that I'm not worried about. What does worry me sometimes is, believe it or not, there are people on the internet that like me. I'm not saying there's more than a handful, but there are those people. And some of those people, I'm not speaking to anybody in particular in a chat room right now, H2BH, but they tend to become proactive doing stuff. So I just kind of let that handle itself. And I'm just doing my thing, man. Go do your thing. More power to you. So yeah. He's laughing. That instance with the cats is where the movie Gremlins got that idea from. Oh yeah, it was big. Everybody had the exploding kitten story. Hopefully it'll be there. I'll be there for sport. Quadfather is a gentleman named Richard. It's not entertaining, if you ask me. Well, can Quadfather feel? I don't know. You have to ask him. Although from what I understand, and Jared might be able to confirm this, he puts pictures of it on the internet. I guess if you're not using it, should have had somebody come in and paint a still life. Let's see. It's a salute from Jared. Lassie Saul says, "Hi, Tom. Rob has a small Johnson and still feels terrible." Happy to be here from Lucas Malago. Numero uno Tom fan. I guess I picked a bad time to get here. No. You picked the perfect time. Let's see here. You didn't. I didn't have entertainment options. I didn't put a cat in the freaking microwave, you little psychopath. What is with guys dissecting animals and blowing things up? Dupa, you're aware of the fact that I didn't do that. It was a joke. But it was acting. Let's see. I've seen Quadfather walk. No BS. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know what his deal is there. That's his deal. The guy could. I hope there was some miracle cure and he can walk again. Nobody wants anybody to be like that. However, when you knock over your own king, I don't know what. Let's see here. Bob and Tom are great together, says Dupa. Thank you. When is this interview from? Last week. I think Wednesday of last week. Jared says, those guys are trash, Tom. You're being too kind. Well, Jared says he does give out D-pics. They are out there. Very easy to find. You can find the pictures. Finding the thing you're looking for, though. Gonna need a microscope. I think, is that? It looks like one, only smaller. Best of luck and success to those folks with their endeavor. I wish them nothing but the best. Let's see here. I mean, it's a weird position to be in Because if you say anything negative, it's like, oh, you're just buttered. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not really saying anything particularly negative other than my own personal evaluation, which is somewhat limited because I don't watch that show very often. I've watched that show and I've seen some amazing episodes when Stuck John was on it, Kate Meany was on it. I think it was the same night, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe I saw the clips. But I don't watch. I mean, I watch the TSN and not a lot else. I mean, I don't watch a lot of, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying, hey, obviously somebody's a little upset about something. I don't know. Or I don't know why they would, choose me. That can't be a ratings bonanza. So whatever reason, I'm happy. I'm happy for you. But this is not the first. This ain't my first rodeo. And if you think you can do better than the Pod Awful cult, have at it. Have at it. I think that's about the end of the big show tonight. I have another show to go be on. And I don't know what else to say. Jared had to come in here and just ruin my entire night by telling me that somebody was going to do a show that makes fun of me. Just going to make fun of me. So tomorrow night, either we have a guest, and I'll give you your choice. Do you want another topic, or do you want to do the overrated, underrated we could have done tonight? You guys tell me. I'm going to wait 2 minutes for your votes to accumulate here in the room. That's about it. 2 minutes. I give you 2 minutes. Did I mention upcoming guest? Let's see. Dupa wants overrated, underrated. That right there is pretty much all I need to know that tomorrow we'll do overrated, underrated. Coming up in the next few weeks, we'll have No Filter Paul from the world of disgusting, offensive, very, very over-the-top comedy from a British guy. And then Metal Maiden Vicky from Sonic Asylum Radio. Metal Maiden Vicky's Metal Euphoria. She's going to be with us. And the host of the syndicated radio show TV Confidential, Ed Robertson, will be with us. And we'll talk about anything you want about famous old TV shows and James Garner and everything else. Let's see here. Tom, I honestly thought you were the guest in the show. I was alerting you the link was live. No. Hey, look, man. I don't like to go on other shows like that when people got an issue with me. And the only reason why is they control the volume and all that other stuff. And a lot of times you're kind of talked down, and not even intentionally many times. Somebody's got a audio limiter on their mic, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So that's the reason I don't like to go on. Now, if I was going on a show where I knew I could speak, I think Jared would attest. He doesn't want none of my smoke on that. Not nearly mentally quick enough or well educated enough to do that. So no, I would not go on that show, probably. Probably not. And truthfully, who wants to intermingle with that, For this show, there's plenty of shows that would love to go on there, and more power to them. But for mine, that's just really not. What's in it for me? Not going to get any new followers or anything like that. I mean, they don't have. Been doing a good job of not getting any new followers on my own. I don't need any help. Don't for 1 second think this guy needs any help not getting followers, mister. Jared said, this is true. He's not too sharp. Well, Hey, I'm about to jump off the branch into the pool. That's all I need to know in terms of. Just saying. Okay. We're going to go overrated, underrated tomorrow night by the word of dupa. And that's going to do the show for tonight. I'm going to get with the wolf. Overrated, underrated tomorrow night. Guests and shows next week. I want to thank everybody who joined us this evening. And the old clock on the wall says it's time for me to get up on out of here like the Reverend Al Green. You don't have to stay here, but you can't go home. It's backwards. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I think the only thing left to say is, thank you, Dupa. Till next time, we'll see you next time.